Welcome to a beginner's guide on going cruelty-free in 2020. This video is going to be filled with all the information that I would have personally wanted to know while I was transitioning my products into going cruelty-free. And yeah, it's made for beginners who have just started their cruelty-free journey or are looking to get into buying cruelty-free. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about the process to go cruelty-free, my own experience, and just some other tips and tricks. I'm also going to be doing my makeup while talking, so yeah, I just like watching videos where people are doing something while talking to the camera. Okay, so the first logical step when going cruelty-free is obviously finding out which brands are cruelty-free and which brands aren't. Okay, so that sounds easy enough. You can just go onto their website and search up what their cruelty-free status is. That's what you would think you could do. But actually, there's a lot of loopholes for brands to get around talking about their real cruelty-free status on their actual websites. And I'm not really going to get into that, but it's just not regulated enough for a consumer to 100% trust the statement that a brand puts out on their website. So as a beginner, what I would recommend doing is just relying on blogs as a primary source to find out whether a brand is cruelty-free or not. So I have a couple of my favorites are Cruelty Free Kitty, Logical Harmony, and Leaping Bunny, which are three very reliable sources if you want to find out for sure if a brand is cruelty-free or not. I know that Cruelty Free Kitty actually has a full comprehensive list on her blog of all brands, I'm pretty sure skincare and makeup brands, that are cruelty-free. And you can search on the list, you can apply filters to that list, and yeah, it just makes everything really easy. It's like a comprehensive list, all the brands are on it. Also, once in a while, brands will change their cruelty-free status, whether it is a brand that is not cruelty-free and has now switched over to being cruelty-free or vice versa. So from time to time, they will change their status, and the blogs that I mentioned do update their list. Okay, so that's step number one, and really quickly before I go on, I just wanted to talk about why certain brands are cruelty-free and why certain brands aren't cruelty-free, because it's 2020, there are other testing methods and cheaper alternatives to testing on animals, but the main reason that brands are not cruelty-free is because of China's law of necessary testing of their products. So in order for any brand to sell their products in mainland China, they have to do the necessary animal testing in order to sell in stores there. So this means any brand that sells in mainland China inside of a physical store cannot be considered cruelty-free because they have to test their products on animals in order for them to be in the store in the first place. So brands that are cruelty-free do not sell their products in stores in China at all. So yeah, the rule only applies to products that are sold in physical stores in China. Okay, so I just tried to explain that the best I could. There are a couple of other rules and exceptions. An article that really helped me is one by Ethical Elephant, which is another blog. I'll link that one down below because that would be a more professional outlook at what the law entails and all that, so I'll link that down below. So personally, I'm very interested in why brands would choose to test on animals in the first place, so that's where this law comes in, because there are cheaper alternatives to animal testing that are faster and more effective and more accurate, but mainly the brands that sell in China do not want to lose the Chinese market because obviously that market is huge, so yeah, it's all a profit thing. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is vegan versus cruelty-free and what the difference is. So if a product is marketed as being vegan, it doesn't necessarily mean that the product is cruelty-free. And if the product is marketed as being cruelty-free, it doesn't necessarily mean it's vegan. Okay, so if a full brand or just one specific product is marketed as being vegan, that means that nothing that is inside of that product has been derived from an animal in any way. If a brand is not marketed as vegan, they will use ingredients such as carmine or glycerin in their products, which are both those ingredients are derived from animals. Another article that I can link down below is one that talks about the products that are not vegan that will be in non-vegan makeup products and what they do to alter the product. So that's an interesting article that I read, so I'll leave it down below. And then, as you probably know if you clicked on this video, if a product is marketed as being cruelty-free, it means that it wasn't tested on animals, but unless specified, it might not be vegan. So right now I have all these brands' cruelty-free statuses memorized just because I did so much research like right at the beginning that I literally memorized which brands were cruelty-free and which ones I could purchase from and which ones I couldn't. But at the beginning, what would be helpful is just literally making a list on your phone. What I did was I made a list of drugstore brands because at the time I was mainly buying just drugstore. So I made a list of all the brands of the drugstore that were cruelty-free. So then even if I didn't have Wi-Fi and I wanted to buy like a specific product, it would be on my personal list. And also sometimes on the packaging, it will have like a cruelty-free sticker. I'm not going to talk about this in too much depth, but if there is a sticker on a specific item and it has the Leaping Bunny on it or like a PETA certification, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's cruelty-free. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that too much, but if you're really in a pinch and you really want to know something's cruelty-free, sometimes they'll have that logo on their packaging. Okay, and another thing I want to talk about is the fact that the process is a gradual process and it will not happen overnight. Okay, so right at the beginning when you're going through your products for the first time after deciding to go cruelty-free, I guess, you'll notice that probably a couple of your products will already not be cruelty-free. But then again, a lot of brands right now are already cruelty-free, so you might not have that many products already in your collection that aren't cruelty-free. But if you do, in my personal opinion, I would say don't throw away the product if you already have it and you already bought it with your own money and you find out that it's not cruelty-free. Giving it away is a different story, but throwing a product that is cruelty-free in the trash is, I don't know, something's not sitting right with me. So basically the main purpose of going cruelty-free is being a more conscious consumer and knowing where the products you're spending your hard-earned money from is coming from and what you're supporting with your dollar, because essentially every dollar is a vote. This is just my personal view on it, and obviously, like, I'm not telling you what to do, but in my opinion, I feel like if you're throwing it in the garbage, it's wasteful, and also it's already purchased. Like, the deed has already been done. The company already has your money. Again, that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people have differing opinions, which is completely fine. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm just telling you that that's my opinion. It's just purely informational. And another thing that I just wanted to touch on really quickly is that the effort is the most important part. So yeah, it's very likely that at the beginning you might make a mistake and go out and buy a product that isn't cruelty-free, but that is literally fine. Brands change their cruelty-free status. There are stickers that say like cruelty-free on a product that is not cruelty-free. Like, the stuff isn't regulated as much as it, in my opinion, as much as it should be. And then lastly, I just wanted to talk about researching and just learning more about brands and cruelty-free in general. There's a whole bunch of bloggers that blog about being cruelty-free and just give very helpful information, and right now there's a lot of YouTubers as well who will give very helpful information about going cruelty-free. There are a bunch of videos that I watch right at the beginning of going cruelty-free, and I find myself like constantly coming back to them. I researched a lot for this video, actually, more than I do any of my other videos, because I want to make sure that I was giving out as much helpful information as possible. And I found videos that I personally watched when I was like just at the beginning getting into being cruelty-free, and I'll link them below. Like, there's a whole list of them if you're wanting more content to get inspired or to gain more information. And yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. This was something that I wanted to talk about for a really long time because I'm very passionate about the subject and I can't stop talking about it in real life, so I thought I would bring it out to the internet world as well. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that video. You can check out the description box for all the links that I talked about. I know I referenced a lot of articles and stuff, so they will be all in the description box, like a huge list of them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you next time.